Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who were very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim who pushing his gospel and truth and his sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. So Brother Quanah Wild come back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson through the spirit and power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord will is edifying, Lord will is straight to the point. Hey, but the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is gathering the nations, man. Right? You got America, right, ultimately beefing up, their presence in the middle, in the Red Sea, right, the so-called Middle East area. Right? As it says right here on naturalnews.com, West steps up activities in Red Sea as Iran warns against adventurism, man. And ultimately, this whole situation that's going on, right, starting from with Israel, right, in Gaza, ultimately getting into that skirmish, and Israel basically trying to wipe, Gaza and the Palestinians off the map, has ultimately spiraled, right, into what you see today, right, with America firing on, Houthi and, as well as other, other groups. I had seen, the brother Baquar Moth, he, ultimately did a lesson, right, entitling his video, the U.S. attacks the Houthi again, and what they're doing, right, is ultimately blaming, Iran, for supporting or backing this so-called terrorist group, right, what they're calling the Houthi, And again, all this, stemmed from that situation that's happening, in that's still happening to this day, right? Happening over in Israel and Gaza, which is prophecy, right? If we can grab that, Jeremiah 50 and verse 45, right? It says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, which we know the least of the flock, right, is going back into these small hats, right, the 1948ers, right, those that are over there in Israel today, the synagogue of Satan, right, those that are there in the land today, those are the least of the flock. And again, them, attacking Gaza and committing, what all these nations are calling and considering genocide, which it is, now you have these other nations, firing back, on, Israel for it, right? Ultimately looking at Israel in a negative light, and America's backing Israel, You have protests everywhere, right? In Yemen, even here in America, you have protests, man. All the Muslim countries, right, rising up, man, against this damn devil, right? Because they're tired of it. They're tired of this damn devil, right? So this is everything that you see here is because of this, right? This is prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes, man. And this very well could be the year, right, where World War III, ultimately happens, man. Full-fledged nuclear war takes place, Lord, will we be part of that number? Hey, man, we're going to get beamed up, man. And we're going to see the destruction of this place, man. But first, Jacob's trouble's got to come. We're right around the corner from that, right? But nonetheless, it says, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, right? Because that's what's coming. And we see it coming, Let's go back to the article. It says the Red Sea is witnessing a surge, right? It says a surge of naval activities as the United States and its allies in the West strive to safeguard international shipping routes amid the looming threat of Houthi-launched missiles and drones from Yemen. Right, so to protect shipping, the U.S. Navy has launched Operation Prosperity Guardian with the help of a coalition of 13 other nations, including Alaska, Canada, Denmark, Germany, South Korea, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, all of which have dispatched naval vessels or other military assets to the Red Sea. Right, again, the Lord gathering the nations, man. You know, it's the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, man. You know, ultimately, you know, being, you know, prepared right before our face, man. Right. It says during the recent meeting with Arab leaders, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken expressed concern about the tangible impact of Houthi attacks on shipping in the Red Sea. Right. It says these attacks, right, in a quote, it says that these attacks are having a real effect on the prices that people have to pay for food, for medicine, for energy. Ships have to get diverted to other places. Insurance rates goes up, he said. Maritime and industry analyst Sam Chambers reported a significant decline in Suez Canal transit in the first week of January, reaching the lowest point since ever given container ship caused a blockage in the Suez Canal in 2021 for 6 days. Right, so this is, you know, it's not only, right, this is not only touching, you know, just the war aspect of it, right, but this is also touching on, you know, the you know, how this whole situation is going to eventually affect you people in a major way, right? Food, you know, food and gas prices are going to skyrocket, right, because of this, right? Just like it did in, just like it did for, you know, when the, you know, the war in Ukraine with Russia ultimately popped off, which that's still going on, mind you, man. You know, which is ultimately, again, it's prophecy, man. Everything that we see is prophecy, right? The Lord had ultimately stated this before, you know. Or what does the scripture say, right? You know, declaring the end from the beginning, you know. This is what the Lord's doing right before our face, man. You know, now we're seeing everything the Lord has said come to pass, man. You know. It's a beautiful time, man. Scriptures talk about wars and rumors of wars. You got the Israel and Gaza. You got Russia and Ukraine, right? You got America and the Houthi, right? Which is, you know, going to really Iran, right? Because they're in Iran. You got rumors between a war between America and China over Taiwan, you know? So we're in a very, you know, interesting time, man. You know? Lord, will this be the year, man? You know, Lord, will this be the year, you know, that Jacob's trouble, you know, comes to pass, right? Because we know immediately after that, a destruction's coming, man. And immediately after that, Yahweh Shai's coming, man. You know, almost simultaneously, right? The Yahweh Shai's coming, right? Because while the missiles have been shot off, the elect, right, before they land down, the elect are going to get beamed up. So really simultaneously, you know. It says Iran claims U.S. destabilizing region. And this isn't too much longer. We'll just read the whole thing. It's, you know, it's got some good information, right? It says, amid the dominant presence of Western coalition military ships, the Iranian frigate Al-Borz arrived in Houthi-controlled Yemen, adding to the challenges already faced by the coalition in shipping venture through the sea, right? It says the Foreign Ministry of Iran even issued a stern warning against perceived U.S. adventurism that could endanger regional peace and escalate the conflict in the region. Well, this is what Esau Edom does, man. You know, anywhere that there is peace, he goes and he takes it, you know. Let's grab that real quick, right? In Revelations, the 6th chapter, in the 4th verse, it says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that red horse is Esau Edom, right? He red. Right, Esau Edom, he is red. Right, let's go. We'll come back to this. We'll go to Genesis 25th chapter. Right, Genesis 25, and I'll start at verse 23. It says, and Yahweh said unto her, right? This is we'll start at verse 21. Right, it says, and Isaac entreated Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, right? It says, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, right? Which is going into the Israelites, you know? Esau, weak as hell, man. You know? It says, and the elder shall serve the younger. That's right. And this hasn't happened yet, man. You know, because Esau Edom, right, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, right, he is the elder, right? And he hasn't served the younger, which would be the Israelites, man. You know, that's something that is ultimately going to be fulfilled, man. You know? See, this is a prophecy that's even all the way, right, in the time of Genesis, man. Or, I mean, in the time, you know, when the book of Genesis was being written, you know? Come on, man. You know, it's before, you know, Isaiah, you know, where Isaiah, the 60th chapter, it talks about that those, you know, enemies shall come bending knee unto thee. Right? This is way before that, man. So this is ultimately, again, this is the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? Telling you what's going to come, right, before it happens. You know, just another example, right? Getting back to the point, verse 24, it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, right? The first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau, right? There you go. You know, so this is, again, describing, right, who this red horse is, right? Esau Edom, he is that red horse. And I'll read this next verse and we'll get back to Revelations, right? Verse 26, it says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, right? It says, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them, right, man? You know, and him, you know, ultimately, grabbing onto that heel, symbolic for him, you know what, doing what? Pulling him down, man. You know, pulling this damn devil down, right? Because that's what's going to happen, you know? And that's what's taking place even now, right? The scriptures say, right, second Esdras, the 6th chapter, right, around the 9th verse, it tells you what, man, that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. You know? So let's go back to that Revelations 6 and verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Right? That's Esau Edom, man. The self-proclaimed so-called white man. You know, this is what you see over there, going on over there in Israel. Right? This is what you see, you know, going on, you know, over there in Ukraine, and, right, and how it's affecting, right, really the whole world. You know, you see what he's doing to the air. You see what he's doing to the waters. See what he's doing to the animals. Right? You see what he does to the people, man. You know, he treats the people so bad that when they created a robot and put him to work, the robot committed suicide, shut himself down, man. You know, because it was a miserable life, man. This is what he does, man. Right? The people are mourning, as the scriptures say. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourneth. You know, and everything is in a state of mourning, man. It says, scriptures say that the whole creation groaneth. Why? Because this damn devil's in control. And this is why these nations are pissed off at America, man. Pissed off at Israel. You know? Because it's Esau, man. These nations see who he is, man, and they're done with this damn devil. You know? So let's go back to this article. It says, I'll keep going right here. It's the very top. It says, Foreign Ministry of Iran even issued a stern warning against perceived U.S. adventurism that could endanger regional peace and escalate the conflict in the region. Iranian ambassador and permanent representative to the UN, Amir Saeed Iravani, emphasized Iran's commitment to maritime security, freedom of navigation, and maintaining peace of the region. Right? So these nations are, you know, they want the peace, man, but you know, Esau just keeps pushing that button, right? It says, Iravani also dismissed accusations that Tehran supported Houthi attacks as baseless, right? So again, America's blaming them, right, for these attacks and so on and so forth, man. You know, which we know Esau. I mean, he always comes up with lies and bullshit, you know, in order to be able to do something, right? Going back to Omar Gaddafi, going back to the weapons of mass destruction, right? Going back to all this dumbass shit, that Esau has done, It says, however, the U.S. maritime, the U.S. maintains the position that Iran has been aiding the Houthis, with Deputy Ambassador to the UN, Chris Lu, accusing Tehran of helping them Houthis plan operations against commercial vessels in the Red Sea, and alleging that Houthi effectiveness heavily relies on Iranian assistance, man. And this is what America doesn't. America doesn't understand, or America doesn't see that Iran, is Russia's ally, man. Matter of fact, let's grab that, man, because that's exactly what this is leading, right? It's ultimately a buildup, It's dominoes, man. Right? You push one and the next one falls, man. And Esau's pushing the domino over him, man. And it's just going to continue to it's like the dominoes go from a small domino to to the further down the line, right? The bigger the domino gets, man. This is what's happening right now. America's pushing the envelope. But let's go to Jeremiah. It's like Ezekiel chapter 38, and we'll start at verse We'll start at verse 4, right? Just get to the point. It says, and I will turn thee back, right? And this is speaking on, right, the Gog and Magog, right? Which we know right over there, is the land of Russia, right? But we know that Esau Edom occupies that land, so this is speaking on, the Russians, right? It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, which is the Lord's turning them back into that warlike mindset, that Soviet, USSR mindset, It says, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And we see, Russia, basically getting his army ready and preparing them, right, with Ukraine, and they keep pushing harder and harder, right, and going harder on Ukraine, man, It says, verse 5, it says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? And you go into these nations, right? Well, Persia, right? There's no, as you see on the map today, right? There's no nation, right, that says Persia. Well, you have to look that name up, right? Who are the Persians today? Well, guess what? It tells you, right, that it's the Iranians, man. That within the last 100 years, they had their name changed from Persia to Iran. So this is speaking on the Iranians and America, right? Is pushing the wrong button, because again, Russia's going to get into it, man. It's prophesied Russia's going to get into it. Again, so it went from, the least of the flock, right? Israel, firing, drawing out these Muslim nations, right? Stirring up these Muslim nations, And now what's going to do, the ripple effect is going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And spread farther and farther and farther. The dominoes are going to hit a lot harder, as this thing continues to spiral, So again, I wouldn't doubt it, right? If here soon, Russia starts speaking up, so let's go back. And, that's pretty much the point. You can pause the screen and read it. It just basically goes into, matter of fact, we'll just read it, right? It says, the U.S. also claims that Iran is employing surveillance ships in regional waters to aid Houthi drones and missile launches. Iravani responded to these accusations by claiming that they were meant to divert attention from the root causes of the situation, which is Israel's ongoing genocidal campaign against Palestinians in Gaza, right? So, and America has, a rep of doing that, right? They'll sit there and, do something over here, or, Esau Edom has a rep of doing that, right? He'll try to distract the people, right? Bread and circus, right? And do shit behind the scenes, That's what he does, man. And this is why you have to be circumspect, right? Paying attention, right, in all directions, right? Not just in one direction, right? As these people, right? Their head's always in their phone. They're never looking up, never looking around. That's why you see people running into shit, walking into traffic, getting hit by cars, right? Because that's literally how people are, man, mentally, spiritually, physically. They don't pay attention to shit, man. You know? And that's why these people are going to die, man. You know? I'll keep reading. It says, Aravani urged the UN Security Council to help address the root causes of the current conflicts in the region and take decisive measures to compel Israel to end its war on Gaza. Since the beginning of the conflict on October 7th, Israel has killed at least 25,000 Palestinians, injured nearly 60,000 others, and displaced nearly the entire population of Gaza. And this is why you see these Muslim nations rising up. You know, it says, in solidarity with the besieged population of the Gaza Strip, the Houthis in October began targeting ships passing through the Red Sea, where 12% of global trade passes through, owned and operated by anybody with links to Israel. In November, the Houthis seized one Israel-leased cargo ship, the Galaxy Leader, and turned it into a tourist attraction for Yemenis, right? And that was it. You know, so they're starting to rise up against this damn devil, man. You know, and as soon as America attacks Iran for Iran, right? Because again, they're going back and forth as of right now, man. Right? Throwing jabs, you know, blaming this person, blaming that, blaming this nation, blaming that nation, right? And soon it's gonna get heated, man. You know, and that's just gonna lead to a spiral, you know, where, you know, Russia's gonna get into it, these other nations, right? Which is ultimately, again, World War III, man. You know, and the main culprit, right? The main, you know, cause of the problem, or the main one, right? Who is the problem, right? Is America, man. These nations are sick and tired of America. You know, this is why these missiles are finna be shot off here soon, man. You know, let's grab that. And then we'll start to close out. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. I'll start at verse 9. It says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And that north country, right, is going into Russia, right? Which, again, we know, right, a lot of these nations, especially the BRICS nations, right, are ultimately allied, right, with Russia, right? Brazil, you know, BRICS ultimately standing for Brazil, Russia, India, China, you know, and I think it was South Africa, you know. Now you got Saudi Arabia, you know, I think Iran, if I'm not mistaken, and then United Emirates, as well as Ethiopia, you know, and so on and so forth, many other nations, you know. So really, this whole thing is being prepared, right, as it says in Joel, the 3rd chapter, right? Right, prepare war. You know, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, right? Prepare war. War is being prepared before our face, man. You know, and none of these people actually see what's going on. You know, it says, and they that shall set themselves, it's like, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expertman. None shall return in vain. And you can read Joel, the 2nd chapter, man. It gives you a beautiful description, right, on what these missiles are going to do, man, right, and how the Lord Yahweh Bashim El-Shai is not going to miss, man. He's going to hit his mark, you know. And we can, I'll just read you verse 14, or, verse 13 is the point. Verse 10, it says, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh. Right, because these nations are going to finally be, hey, this damn devil's finally out the way, man. They're going to rejoice when the wicked is gone, right? Hey, even in Isaiah the 14th chapter, it talks about the trees rejoicing. You know, the whole earth is going to be at rest, man, as the scriptures say, you know. So hell yeah, they're going to be satisfied, man. Hey, shit, we going to be satisfied, right? Because the Lord is finna put it on these nations to do that against America, man, you know. Verse 11 says, because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, right? Because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert, man. You know, and that mother is going into the UK, right? Because again, you know, going back to 1776, America ultimately seceded, you know, from the UK, man, you know. So that's what it's talking about, right? It says it should be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. You can read Isaiah, right, the 34th chapter, you know, Jeremiah, as we're reading Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, the 51st chapter, right? Revelations, the 18th chapter, on what America is ultimately going to look like, man, as well as many other chapters, man. America is going to be completely destroyed, man. It says, verse 13, here's the point. It says, because of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss all her plagues. And so, for really for all eternity, right? Everyone, man, America's going to be a memorial, right, of what the Lord is going to do, or what the Lord has done to the wicked. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah is a memorial today, right? Babylon is going to be a memorial forever of the Lord's great judgment, as well as the Lord's great mercy, towards his elect, because at the same time America is being destroyed, the Lord, right, that's the balance, right? The Lord is delivering his elect out of Babylon, right? And they're going to be seeing that destruction, but America is going to be done forever, man, and this is coming soon, man, coming real soon. So with that, Lord wills, edifying, Lord wills, straight to the point, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Badash, that belongs to the elder apostles, at the bishops, the great millstone. Till next time, I say shalom.